Hey, what's going on, guys? This video is probably my most requested video ever. It is just so overwhelming to get all the stuff here. I honestly didn't know I had this much knives left. I sold, or I thought I sold most of my stuff to build the shop, 2 years ago or so. Let's just get to it. This is my collection as of right now, early 2014. I probably will be selling a few of these, so I don't think you guys have to send me a message. I will just tell you in this video, and maybe you can shoot me an email at Johnson Knives. So here it is. This is a Benchmade. Is this the Rant? I'm not quite sure. 440C. I'll tell you what, though, when I sharpened it, I think it's got a real nice heat treat on it. It did sharpen up pretty easy, but took a screaming sharp edge. And for what it is, I think it would be more than adequate. Haven't tested this knife though. Nice thick, very nicely comfortable rubber grip on there. Crate. Not quite sure what they call it. Came with a nice sheath. Believe I took this in as a trade for a sharpening job. So I do that sometimes. I'm a knife nut, guys. So if you guys think you want to pay me nice, it doesn't hurt to run it by me. Although probably will say no, but every now and then you never know. So anyways, here's a gift from my good friend Trader Joe. Go check him out. Trader Joe. He's on YouTube here. I believe he's on Instagram. I know he's on Instagram. I think he's also Trader Joe over there too. Anyways, appreciate it, Joe. This is a CKC, a Kylie made small like penknife fixed blade. An awesome EDC fixed blade. Honestly, just an awesome knife. Cuts great. And I do carry it. When I do carry it, I put this little whatever paracord on here, and I carry it inside the waistband. Right, and then this stretches around, hooks on my belt. So I can pull it in and out in the waistband. And the knot's facing out, so that's not pushing up against me, which is why I have it rigged like this. Or I could just pull this loop out. I can do a video on that if you guys want, how to carry it. Sheath knives like this in the waistband with a little paracord loop. Anyways, or you can just pull it straight out and throw it in your pocket. It's that small, that thin. Great knife. Good job, Kylie. And again, thank you, Joe. Let's get into the traditionals. Yes, Rough Rider. I haven't showed you guys this one yet because I am not a huge fan of pushing, Chinese-made knives. But the fact is, man, there's a lot of bang for your buck with the Rough Rider knives. A lot of people, get them just to try a new pattern. So maybe you don't know if you would like a traditional knife, or maybe you don't know if you'd like a Stockman, or I don't know if they have a sway back pattern, but they have most patterns. They have like elephant toenails, the real big sleeve board style, but they're huge. So Rough Rider, usually they're under $20. And I'll tell you what, fit and finish wise, you definitely get your money's worth, but you're doing that at the cost of Chinese manufacturing. So I get if you want to check them out, and I also get if you don't want to touch them with a 10-foot pole. This was a gift from a good friend off the forum, so I personally didn't purchase it, but I just got to tell you the truth. It's not a bad knife at all. Rough Rider. Maybe throw one in if you're interested on your next order. The shipping, if you bought this alone, would probably be worth more than the knife, so maybe throw it in your next order if you're interested. Also, I have an Opinel I forgot to get. Keep that in the cabinet too. I probably have some other knives that I'm forgetting I have. But anyways, Opinel's great knives too. I could do another video on that. I'm not going to show it to you now. You guys probably know what it is. This was a gift from a really good friend of mine. As you guys know all about this, the Fremont Jack. And I really do appreciate it. The knife community just has some of the most giving folks I've ever seen in my life. It is an awesome community. So, again, I appreciate it. And I cannot thank you enough. Hopefully I can repay the favor. Here is a GC Improved Trapper. Yep, Wharncliffe blade and the clip blade in the same knife. Just kind of grazing over these nice smooth bone. Anybody wanting to know what the ivory and the smooth bone looks like? This has a little more grain in it. I could clean this ivory and get it, you know, super white again. This is kind of a carried and patinaed white, the ivory. And then this come like a yellowy ivory look like that. Anyways, I kind of dig this though. Gotta just be honest. I kind of like the patina on that ivory. I know I should clean it. I know. Along with the GCs, here's the bullet end jack with the easy open notch. Exclusive run for, I believe, collectorknives.net. Here's another one in green bone. Not much to say. Gorgeous knives. Would be a great first slip joint. You're looking into getting into a traditional knife. The bullet end jack, I don't know, might be a winner for you. If you could find an easy open one, even better. Yep, here is that lockback. I believe that's the green bone. Look at the jigging on this. Gorgeous. Nice threaded bolster here. And let's run through the... Oh, almost forgot this one. One of my favorites. Tom's Choice Barlow. If you guys like the pattern, again, if you missed the other video, I believe this is the model number 15 GEC. It's got this straight, so it's the same frame. It won't be a Barlow with the big bolsters here. It won't be Tom's Choice, but if you like this size, tell you what, it's a great frame. This frame right here, called the Boy's Knife. The sheep's foot blade on it. Love this knife. GEC does such a fantastic job. What I'm showing you is how nice and flush everything is. Really nice. Saw cut bone. Whew. Can't show that one off. Somebody's going to tell me they want to buy it, and it is not for sale. Anyways, here is a Case Peanut. My only stainless steel blade I have left. Can't sell this one, man. This is one of my first traditional knives I ever purchased on my own. So, not that I'm that sentimental over objects, you know, especially that I purchased and that were not gifts. But I think it was under like 30 bucks. And this orange pocket worn bone. You see how nice Case did with the fit and finish on this one. Back springs, everything nice and flush. You see all the scratches on the bolsters. I did love this when it first came out. And not when the Peanut first came out, but when I first got it. When it first come into my collection. But truth be told, I don't carry it anymore, and I would not recommend the Peanut to somebody just getting into traditional knives. Get something you can get more than a 2-finger grip on. You know, really, by the time you, maybe 3 fingers. I don't know. Some people love the Peanut. If you go on blade forums, everybody's like, there's a cult of the Peanut. And yeah, you can do a lot with it. Slice is great, real nice and thin. Truth be told, though, it's just a little too small for me to put in my pocket. Does disappear, but again, it's too small when you go to use it. Just my opinion. Here is a nice Case Stockman with the CV blades. I believe you guys have seen this a few times if you follow the channel. Nice size. I think it's a medium Stockman. Not a huge fan of the multi-blades. The 3 blades or more. You know, it's just too much for me, especially when I carry a one-handed folder. Anyways. For the larger stuff, I like to stay 1 blade or 2 blades. It's just me, though. Case Swayback Jack. Again, can't say enough good about this one. It's awesome. Here is a Bearhead Trapper in the yellow, or yeller, however they say it, with the Derlin on it. Fit and finish could be a little better on this. I know this is kind of like their value version. Has a little bit of gap here, you can see that, and this might be an older pattern. I'm almost certain. Look how the blade does not come all the way to the end, and it was like that from factory. Again, just design. I'd like it to come up blades a little off center, springs nice and flush when it's closed, but when it's open, it stands a little proud. Again, I can accept that. It's maybe a $25, $30 knife. And truth be told, it does cut great. It is a great knife. If I wasn't such a knife nut, you know, this would probably be one of my favorites. It's nice and slim. Has a decent blade length on it. Let's just get a look at it. And you say, well, what is decent? A lot of people think the SNG is enough cutting edge. Look at that. Same cutting edge as the SNG. So, or if you're a Spyderco man, we're going to get to this. The Para 2, right? So for a traditional knife that packs in your pocket, nice and slim, you might want to look at it. Just don't expect a whole lot from fit and finish. That's just all I can say, just being honest. And you guys probably know about this, the Case CV Sodbuster Jr. This is the Yeller Durlin. I say it like that because people always, when they type it on the forum, it's Y-E-L-L-A, Yella. So yellow, it's kind of throwing off my little white balance here. Anyways, they did a pretty good job here. Not proud here. The spring sits nice and flush, and when it's closed, nice and flush. So maybe that's, you know, maybe there's just a problem with that one. I'm not quite sure, and I'm not interested in sending it back. It's okay. Here's a queen. If you're knife shopping, traditional knife shopping, do not pass up queen. I understand that patina on these blades are not everybody's cup of tea. When you get that darkish, kind of spotty, this is all a natural patina. Some people don't like that, you know. If you don't, but you want to try a traditional knife, maybe take a look at queen. They use D2, which is not technically a stainless. It's close enough though. It's not really going to take on a patina. Going to hold an awesome edge. Will get super sharp. And queen does a really good job of fit and finish. So I'll do a review on this knife if there's anything more to say, if anybody wants to see it. It's nice. Has a nice, strong, stiff spring. That's going to stand the test of time. Nice, thick, really nice bone. Gorgeous knife. Reasonably priced too. I think it was right around $70, $80, something like that. And of course, everybody has a few of these, and I probably have some more that are just hidden in the vehicles. Not a classic. That's I'll do another video on that. This is not a classic either. Same size. It's actually the light's out. And it just has a light and a pen. I believe this is the Midnight Manager. Maybe Midnight Manager 2 has a nice little pen on there. And scissors. This is nice. And the Alox Cadet. Everybody has to have a Cadet. Really nice knife. Can't recommend that one enough. Alright. Where do we go next? Man, this is going to be a long video. Here is a CRKT. Always feel like you get your money's worth, but I always feel like, man, I just wish they would have used a better steel. So, anyways, had to pick this one up. Nice Tanto blade. Not too much of a Tanto guy, but that blade shape is wicked looking. And I was thinking if I ever got the time, maybe do a nice acid wash on this and then satin the flats. Give it that contrast, you know. And then maybe even change the scales out for like orange or something crazy, you know. Not sure if it's worth it. I definitely don't have the time to do it, but that's why I picked it up. Nice lowrider clip. Here's some more CRKTs. This is a knife I can't recommend enough for somebody who wants to buy a knife as a gift, somebody just looking into knives, or any of us guys who are used to paying $50, $100, $400, $700 for a knife, and you just want something fun that you can throw in the car, or, you know, maybe throw in your suitcase to take on a trip, and if it doesn't make it somehow, whatever, the CRKT Ripple. Why would you not own this knife for 25 bucks? It's amazing. Maybe that Chinese made would throw you off. I can understand that. But looking at the actual object here, what it is, nice liner lock. Again, it's a nice gentleman, so there's nothing too thick. Hollow ground blade, nice swedge. Rounded blade, believe it or not, rounded. I think I paid under 25 bucks, maybe $30 for this. IKBS. It's like a caged bearing system, so it's not like true loose ball bearings IKBS, but it's IKBS. And flips like a dream. Ken Onion's design. Of course he knows what he's doing. What a fun knife, especially for the price. Here is, what is this, an M16 or M something? M21? Yeah, M21. Flips great. It really does. Bought this one because I wanted to try out these VEF serrations. And I still need to do it. I was going to send out my Sebenza 25 for some VEF serrations. I actually talked to the inventor here. I forget his first name now. Is it Tom VEF? Anyways. I was going to put some of those serrations on this knife here. I know, crazy, but I'll tell you what. I'm a big fan of serrated edge. You're going to see in a little bit. These serrations are so gnarly. They're awesome. And you can see I've carried and used this knife, even though it's like a $30 knife and I have all this other stuff here. These serrations are awesome. I'm just going to say that. If you have a chance and you're feeling froggy and you've got $30 burning a hole in your pocket, pick up any CRKT knife with the VEF serrations on it. Tell me what you think. Even if you're not a serration guy, you're going to like what you find when you start to cut things, especially fibrous things. Like I should do a tire cut with that and show you guys exactly how they tear everything up. Rope, no match. It's just unbelievable. Here is a really old CRKT. This is the EDC. One of my first fortes into knife modifying. This was a partially serrated edge and had my Lansky system. This was many years ago. And ground off the serrations with the rough Lansky stone. Yeah, rough and nasty, huh? It's a good system though, the Lansky. Sold mine, but I think I traded it. I can't remember. Alright. CRKT, you guys know what this is. The Minimalist. The Wharncliffe blade. What more can you say, man? I think it was under 15 bucks. I acid washed my blade. Great knife. Just a great little useful blade. Melts in your hand. They actually have a new Hawkbill one. I'm going to have to pick that up. Really nicely made sheath. I'm not quite sure if it's Kydex or anything great. It might just be molded plastic. It's got nice retention on it. Most of you guys already have one of these. It works as a neck knife, or just throw it in your pocket. Great little knife. You're looking for a small fixed blade, you got 15 bucks. I suggest picking one up. What do we do next? Yeah, because I could rant about this for a little bit. Here is a 3-inch XM18. Of course, I had to change it, do some anodizing here to match the foliage green. Not foliage, what is this? Forest green on the G10 here. One of my favorite colors of G10. I love green, and then I love how this lime toxic green here popped the I don't know, I think it all goes together. It just feels like it pops the green scale on top. It's not too much, not too little. Love this knife. You can see I still have some dust. That's not any kind of rust or anything. It's just dust in there. Love this knife. When I wear shorts, when summertime comes back around, I know right now I'm kind of on this kick right here and here. To be honest, this will probably go back in my pocket when summer comes around. Packs up nice and small, smaller than the SNG. But look at that cutting edge. Just about the same as the SNG. Yep. And carries Hinder's warranty. Not quite as thick blade. That does mean this slices a little bit better. Anyways, just kind of a smarter use of space. So what do I mean by that? Get cutting edge for the handle, this cutting edge for a huge package. And I want to do a video on that too. So much I want to do. I actually have this in the notes, so this video will get made. Designs on paper and what you should like versus what you actually carry. And usually they're different, at least for me. Alright, so you love the Hinder XM18, maybe the 3-inch version, but you don't want to pay what they're currently going for? Check this one out. Fantoni. Nobody talks about these knives. They're great knives. Fit and finish. Look how everything's flush. You've got titanium on both sides, really thick liners. This is almost a frame lock with some G10 slapped on the outside. This is nice, and I think it was about $250, $275. Designed by, what was that, William Harsey? Believe I'm pronouncing that right, maybe not. Anyways, he is one of the grandfathers of tactical knife design. You gotta respect that. But what am I showing you here? This is a 3-inch Hinder, right about the same size. What do you see? Finger groove, bump out, finger groove, bump out. What do you see? Jimping, jimping, jimping on the back, jimping on the back, jimping up here, has a little bit of ramp. No choil, no sharpening notch, nothing's going to get caught up here when you're cutting. Just a really intelligent design. Nice S30V blade with a nice heat treat. I've carried and used this knife. I want to change out this G10 for something, maybe OD green or something. I never get time to do my own stuff, but that was the plan. Well, there you go. Well, we could do a review. I think more people should be looking at these knives right here. I believe it's Italian made. All right, well, we got this up here. This is the 204P Sprint Run, pair 2. I want to remind you guys, if I haven't said it yet, we just had that long discussion about knives as investment. This whole collection here that you guys will see eventually, if I can ever stop running my mouth enough to show everybody, none of this is for investment. This is all completely because I wanted to try different steels, different grinds, different grips, different handle materials, and I just enjoyed the knife. I have no plans on making money off of reselling these knives. So yeah, I'm going to tell you when some of these are for sale, but I don't collect with any kind of end game in mind. There's no return, no that's a limited sprint run. No, I honestly wanted to try 204P. I carry it, use it. I have no desire to sell it. You can see it's all scratched up. I sharpen it. I will probably round the spine here sometime when I ever get the chance. I love this green. So, you know, my collection, what you're seeing here, that could be a whole nother video, is not for investment purposes. Here is an awesome CPM D2 military, my only military, plain edge military I've left. Love this steel. This is very similar to CTS XHP. This is just crucible metals steel, where CTS XHP have a few knives in that is Carpenter's version. So this is basically the same makeup. This is powdered D2, and I believe CTS XHP actually has whatever that element is that makes it stainless. It actually runs that percentage. So they're not exactly like. This is real similar to D2. I think Sale described it as like a stainless powdered D2. So CTS XHP Sprint Run Manix 2. Again, you can see I've carried it, used it, had a pen explode on it. Again, yeah, it's a Sprint Run. I am not looking for any kind of, these are all 3 Sprint Runs actually. These are not investments. Investments as in, you know, a regular make money off, money return. This is a discontinued one as full serrated edge military. Use this all the time when I'm doing yard work. This thing is like a pocket chainsaw. The potential of these serrations when you put it and slice through, they'll take down a branch that thick, and I'm not exaggerating. We'll do a video when it gets warmer. Yeah, another pair two from my good friend Trader Joe. Appreciate it, Joe. I will repay you back. Working on something for you, you know what it is. You are a saint too, I will tell you that. Here is one of the drawbacks of being a knife modifier. And I don't use the word PIMP because I'm not. I have two little girls, and I do not want to be associated with the word pimp. I'm not pimping. That's for another video. But one of the drawbacks of being a guy who plays with knives a lot is a lot of your knives stay apart. So I have a completely good Southern that's just a complete mess, and I don't even have time to put it back together. So you know what? It stays in a Ziploc baggie, thrown somewhere where I forget I even own it. Terrible, huh? I know, it's a crying shame. Domino. Love the Domino. That's going to be my next video. We'll do a review on the Domino. So I have 3 here. Yeah, Domino's a great knife. Yep, more on these later. You guys already know. Stonewashed. That's a stonewashed spine round, new scale, anodized everything on the back. Awesome. Micarta scale, stonewashed blade, rounded spine, double nuke on the back, so it's been nuked and then re-anodized, blasted. Yeah. And bone stock. This is my tester. When I make scales, this is the one that put the scales back on, make sure everything fits. And again, I might even have another Southern apart somewhere. I'm not quite sure. Crying shame. I know. Here's one of the first knives I ever did out of the shop. This is a Spyderco Tenacious. I also have a few more Tenacious, and what's the 3 other ones? The small one, the Ambitious, the something. I think I might even have a big one. Anyways, just so you guys know, this is not all my knives, just most of them. One of the first knives I ever did in the shop, actually the very first one. So I changed the clip, put some coarse textured G10 on here, changed the backspacer, kind of did a funky 45-degree angle. Why? It doesn't really look good. I don't know, just because I could. And straightened the blade out and then rounded the spine. Made a few mistakes. I think I got everything pretty good though. All the hardware is sunk down. A little bit big on the lanyard hole. And when I rounded off the blade, went a little close to the hole. You know, not a big deal, especially for a $30 knife. Recessed all this in here. Overshot my milling here a little bit. You know, very first knife I ever did. Still locks up good though. Still functions good. Spyderco, if you're listening, we all want the Tenacious line in a premium version. We would love S30V, something like that. Please. I love how this brings the cutting edge all the way to the handle. You guys do not have any other knives like that. Everything has these half choils. Obviously, I love them. We all love them. Most of us. You know, but I would love to see a knife design that comes all the way to the pivot here. Just like you did in the Tenacious line. Give us that much cutting edge. Here, this little bit of a handle. They'll sell like nothing you've ever seen before. I promise you. We want to see that knife design. It's the same knife. Made in USA with that's 30V. Charge $150 for it. 100 whatever. Whatever a paramilitary 2, I believe it would sell. We love them. Alright, enough ranting. Here is a discontinued ZDP Delica. Yep. Love that knife. That's my jogging knife. Has a lot of miles on it. Hardly any rust spots. A little bit right there and there. Gets sweated on. You can see it gets used, carried. Clips to the waistband. Yeah, let's run through this. Here is a native, what, 5 something. Great knife. Not enough people talk about this knife. Great knife. Of course, you guys know the Sage. Sagem 1. Here is a Stretch 2, kind of my house knife. Find myself carrying this a lot. Lots of edge length packed in here. Nice full flat grind, ZDP blade. And this one comes from the man himself, Sailglasser. Kind of special. Again, not a collection for whatever reasons. I don't keep any. I don't want to own a knife if I have to keep it mint. As you can see, right? Long story on this blade. Not going to get into it. ZDP combo edge. When we did our hardwood floors, I went ahead and added this into the cost of doing the floors. I just wanted a nice working blade. Used it a lot. Here's a full ZDP serrated edge, discontinued. Awesome knife. Really nice knife. And are you guys ready? Cover your eyes. This is an abomination. So I set up my shop about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and set up the grinder, blah, blah, blah. Had this in my pocket because I was setting up the shop. It was a combination edge, much like the other one I just showed you. Guys, don't be afraid of combo edges. If your blade's long enough and you like serrations, I personally like a combo edge. If I was a contractor and wasn't such a knife guy, I would be carrying a combo edge, ZDP, Endura. I just would. Yeah, here's the shop knife. So, ooh, yeah. This is a VG10 blade. Don't know why I had this in my pocket that day. I have since put another clip on it. But, anyways, yep. Ground off the combo edge, no idea why. Tried to do a full flat grind. The grinder was spinning at 100 miles an hour. Never ground anything in my life. I don't know why I did. Kind of did a Wharncliffe tip on here. And was going to flat grind it. Messed up the top. Said, oh, well, I'll just do a swedge on it. And it's terrible. So why does it look like this? Because it's still sharp. It's my shop knife, man. I've cut so much crap. Sandpaper. I open up. See how it's all like rusty and stuff? I open up my etching when I do the acid stone washing. The bottles come, you know. So this is what cuts the top off those. You know, this is my knife. I give zero thought about using for literally anything. Cutting 80 grit sandpaper, I will easily take this out. When I go to sharpen it back, yep, I'll touch it right on the belt. You know, just nothing. I don't care. This knife is dead in my opinion, so if I get any use out of it, I will, and it stays in the shop. You can see how dusty and dirty and crappy it is. Here's a cool one. ZDP Dragonfly. Great knife. Great little backup blade. Can't recommend this one enough. A lot of you guys already have it. Here's another cool one. Spyderco Cricket with the full serrated edge. Really odd looking knife, but I'll tell you what, if you put this in your pocket and just start using it, you're going to find so many uses for this weird looking blade shape. Opening blister packs, sharpening pencils, opening any kind of packages, cutting boxes. Because the holes here, I need to do a review on this. Because the holes here, you can actually like choke up on the knife and get an extra pinch up here and just really use that blade, that little hawkbill type. Really useful blade. Ugly as everything, but I'll tell you what, super useful. Here's a discontinued one. Carried it a lot because I love little Wharncliffes, right? These little knives were kind of expensive. I believe around $50 for this little guy. Little frame lock. Well made. 2-finger knife. I put the lanyard on here to get the extra 2 on there. Anyways, don't carry much anymore, but don't really want to sell it either. Here is a cool gift. Belief from the Wood Chicken. I need to check up on him. If you're watching this, post a comment below. Last I knew, I thought he was getting into traditional knives. Coming off of Emerson, so I don't know. I'm going to have to send him a message. Again, the knife community is just so awesome. You know, just awesome. So again, I mean, it's crazy. Here's the Grayman Duo. I know, funky, right? Playing with some anodizing techniques, you know. Just trying out some different things. It won't stay this way. Wanted to try the blade refinish here. Kind of neat, huh? Maybe. I don't know. Just playing around. Gramandua. Love this knife. Here is the knife that's been getting the most pocket time, the Lego SNG. And forgot I even own this one. This is the CC SNG. That's for another video. The SNG CC versus the Lego. I like the Lego better. Again, because this jimping gets a little bit thin right here, so when you're really cutting, you can have a little bit of a hot spot where this is a little more meat. Yep. Anyways, CC carries great, and most of the time if I'm hard using it, I'm either wearing gloves or I'm choked up and I'm up over the spine of the blade because I'm really putting pressure down. So really it's not that much of an issue. So I'm not selling my CC SNG, but I do carry this one more. Alright, shoot me an offer on this. This is the... We just ran out of batteries on the camera. Yeah. Anyways, it's going to be a super long video. I am also sick, so if my voice sounds a little weird, I'm very plugged up. Anyways, shoot me an offer on this if you like what you see here. This is the Flipper. What was that? 300 SN. Anyway, not Spyderco. Benchmade's first axis lock flipper. I did the G10 here, reshaped it. Probably not looking for anything more than what they go from factory, what the going rate is. I don't believe I've ever even cut anything with it. It does have a nice wicked edge on there. Nice Bowie shaped blade too. So shoot me an offer. Could be yours. Here's another one I believe I received in a trade for some sharpening job or something. Yeah, I need to blast that clip or get it replaced. Or maybe polish it. Maybe polish it and stone wash it. That's what I need to do. I don't know. This is the thin, real thin. I don't even know the model on it. Probably should say, right? Maybe. Milpardue. 154 CM. Nice little dagger shape here. No sharp edge on the top. Plastic handle. I didn't know it was plastic. I thought it was aluminum. Super light. This would be a good jogging knife too. Kind of cool. Nice symmetrical dagger. And the mini Griptilian. Great knife. Great starter knife. Can't recommend this one enough, or even the full-size Griptilian. Pretty addictive on the axis lock. Very smooth. I'm not real accustomed to axis locks, but they're fun once you get down. Nice knife. Yeah, what do we move on to next? We went over everything. Sorry for the super long video. Let's go ahead and do these first. This is the double nuked. Just means it's been nuked and then re-anodized. Tanto small Sebenza, double thumb lug. Don't believe I've ever cut anything with this. Shoot me an offer. Again, probably not much more than what they go for brand new. This was brand new. I don't even know if it's ever been carried. I certainly haven't carried it. Has that cool finish on it. I think it fits the Tanto very well. Has this nice lanyard on here. A little bit different from what they normally do. Silver backspacer, silver studs. Again, double lug. So if you're price checking, just make sure you look for one with double lugs. Costs a little bit extra. Nice Tanto blade. Beautiful knife. Just don't really do Tantos. Shoot me an offer. Don't need it hanging around. Here is another small. Again with that same finish on it. If it's... There you go. On paper, this is probably my perfect EDC, although I don't carry it as much. This is the Insingo. Nice sheep's foot style blade. Small, slim handle. Can get a full 4-finger grip on here. Of course, it's Chris Reeve quality. Lock up, action, everything's awesome. Love this finish here. But packs a lot of cutting edge. I do carry my paramilitary and my my SNG a little more, but it does have about the same amount of cutting edge. So I mean, that cutting edge is more than adequate for what I need. I don't know, I just don't carry as much. But or the Domino, for you guys who like the Domino. Alright, about the same cutting edge, and one more. Strider SNG, about the same cutting edge as the small Sebenza, believe it or not. There you go. Just a few more to get through, guys. Again, this has been highly requested. Sebenza 25, great knife. Did that bronze anodizing on the back with the stonewash underneath it. It has the Kevlar front scale on it. Yep. And the acid stonewash blade that's seen a ton of cutting. A ton. I cut out the carpet of my daughter's room with this blade and did not refinish it. This finish holds up to use. They really do. But I do offer the refurb, so if you guys have any of the acid stonewashing done by me, shoot me an email if you ever want it redone. Here is a TI lock. Shoot me an offer on this too. I don't think it's ever really been beat up on. I definitely carried it for a few days to do the review on it. I think it was about maybe a week or two. Anyways, you can see it's really nice. Has a nice wicked edge on there. Shoot me an offer. I don't want to lose too much money on it, but we can go down a little. I mean, it's only fair. It's a used product. Have the knife, the box, all the paperwork, all that. Here's that clip. Got a review on this. I think it's Chris Reeves' most perfect design ever. Honestly. Just don't like the lock so much. Not for everyday use. Not when we are used to frame locks and liner locks, or me personally. Back locks, stuff like that. So, but I do believe somebody could get used to it. If somebody really just carried this knife and committed to it and carried it for a month, I believe they might see the other knives as weird. You know, it's a very strong lock. It's a great knife, very well. It's definitely not a gimmick. It's just different. But he does pack a choil in here. That's why I say I like the design so much. There's a full finger choil in here with tons of cutting edge. And it's nice hollow ground. The blade is almost as long as the palm on my hand. Nice thick stock, very well made. I'm not trying to sell you on the knife. Just know that just because it's not for me and that I want to sell it, doesn't mean it's not a great knife. And two more. Shoot me an offer on these guys. Again, probably no more than what they sell for new, maybe even a little less, right? With the custom work on them. This is the small Curtis F3 flipper. That's been bronze anodized on the tips. I don't know if you can see that. Bronze backspacer. Bronze clip on the side, and then blue anodizing everywhere else. Kind of a neat combination there. Never cut, never carried, never used. Flips great. Shoot me an offer. Comes in this nice little zip pouch. And the next one, and the last one. Shoot me an offer on this too, if you like it. I might redo that anodizing. I don't know. Don't really have much time, but there's that splash anodizing with a bronze backspace. No, that's not bronze. That is the factory finish. And I left it like that because I thought it tied in all this stuff. So this is the factory finish here, and I thought the backspacer is titanium. I could have anodized it, but I didn't think it would fit in with the splash on all the titanium here. I thought it would just keep it nice. All ties in together. So anyways, that was my theory on that. Locks up nice, flips nice. Great knives. A little too small for me, but a lot of people really love these nice stout knives. Hollow ground cuts great. Chunky, chunky little guys. Does fire hard. I'm just not used to firing it. Been carrying the Dominoes around lately, so that's it. Comes in the zip pouch. This may have cut a piece or two of cardboard. Let's get a look at it. Yeah, you can't even tell. Again, shoot me an offer. Probably not much more than what they go for from Curtis. That's it, guys. That is my current collection as of right now. And sorry to keep you for 40 plus minutes. Man, if you guys are still hanging out, maybe this will be a two-parter. Gonna have to edit together. Out of all these that I carry the most, you may be asking yourself. And this is just right now how I feel. I'm gonna show you what my top carry knives are. So these are for secondary. Probably going to order a GEC Viper here. It's the GEC swayback version. Tom's Choice Barlow, the Fremont, and the Easy Open. These are secondaries in my watch pocket. Right? Love all of them to death. And the big knives, been carrying the Dominoes. Well, mostly this domino, not this domino. And the SNG. And looking at it, I was like, there's one missing. So it's all these. And what you see is a lot of handle, smaller cutting edge, full flat grind. So that's what I've really been drawn towards. Have no clue why I'm going to make a video on that, because on paper I should be carrying this every day. To me, this is about my perfect knife. Packs out of my way. Don't carry it as much though. That's the not the Tanso, the Ansingo here. And I love the 25 too. I just find it's a little too big for me. So, but not looking to sell it. But this is what I've been carrying. And then you guys see the traditionals. So out of all of these, pretty much these have been in my pocket. That's how we'll end this video. I know it's super long. Guys, if you want to see any kind of videos on this stuff, please let me know. I am here to help. And I really, really enjoy making videos when I get the time to do it. Been putting this one off just because I knew it was going to be a long one. And I see this crap all the time, so it's not really that exciting to me. But somebody might appreciate it. So hopefully I did some comparisons in there. Hopefully it helped some people. Shoot me an offer on some of the knives that I had recommended if you're interested. Ooh, yeah, that. You know, you go back and view the video. Thanks, guys. See ya.